sorry. And I just did a whole monologue without the microphone on. But you see the first couple games, okay? And there's 100 games in here. But then you start saying to yourself, my goodness, you start to get a little worried after 5 or 6 if things don't go your way. And this is what we have, Mike in a Truck League. Cincinnati looking so good against everybody right now. Plus 14 in 2 games. I think that's the best in the league. The Dodgers 2, the Royals 3. Houston and the Bozeman League, they're 2-0. They swept. The Montreal Expos are 2-0. Detroit Tigers 2-0 in the Ron Juckett League. They lead those. Bob Stokes, Houston 1980 and Philadelphia 1964. The Colt 45, surprisingly, a sweep over the Pirates. Brainiac Baseball, the Tigers and the Rays, they both swept. And then the Expos, Padres, Athletics are all 1-1, and the Blue Jays of 87 got swept. Toronto and the Jabs Blabs League, the Blue Jays, Orioles, and Mets split. They're at the very top of the division. Now, Red Sox fan, the Yankees at 27, and the San Francisco Giants. How are you 2-0 and your difference is +1? What the? Schedule. It should be +8. It should be +8. I don't know how they got a +1 on that one. There it is, run difference. I'm looking at the difference. It's a +8. So, yeah, +14 for the Cincinnati Reds. The Cyro 329 is league. You have the Dodgers, the Angels, and today the Dodgers play the Orioles, and this is the game we have. The Dodgers have not given up a run, and the Orioles have won 2 straight. So the Dodgers have been looking good. In my league / Frick's league, a guy that just said, hey, why don't we have a couple of these teams? Only one game has won 1 of 12. And the principal's picks at the very end, the Reds, the Cubs, and the Marlins, all 2-0. So far early on in the live scores. So far today, top of the 6th inning, Oakland is 72 is beating Boston at 69. Boston is 67. They're struggling. Pittsburgh in 1960, they're winning 4-1. They're looking good. Chicago in 1983 in the 4th inning, high-scoring 4th inning. And the Yankees in 98, they're 5-3 leaders in the 4th inning. Houston of 86 beating the Dodgers of 81, top of the 4th there. The Washington Nationals winning 6-0 over the Phillies in 1980. Baltimore 1970 looking good. Toronto of 87 leading Kansas City 3-2. Cincinnati 2-0. They always get these great records, and then they never win in the playoffs. They never do. Seattle and St. Louis just started. Same with the Dodgers. We're going to go to that game in Baltimore. Houston and Kansas City. Tampa Bay, Boston is going. Philadelphia, Detroit going now. New York and New York, the Mets and the Yankees. And Houston and Minnesota there. Later on today, we won't see a few of these. Well, 3:35 we might. The Dodgers and the 91 Pirates, and then we'll go from here. These are the rest of the games, the Anaheim Angels and the Pittsburgh Pirates there. And the Dodgers of 88 and the Oakland A's of 2001. That was a Brainiac Baseball League division there. So because of the way it sims, sometimes I got to start this. There's already one out in this. You can see both these teams are first place. Batting, Baltimore is not doing great, but pitching, they are not doing great. But they did sweep in the first 2. They're first in all the pitching categories, except for strikeouts. And offensively, they're doing very well, 317. So LA had a very good first series. Looking for LA, their lineup, they got Maury Wills, Jim Gilliam, Tommy Davis hits 3rd, Frank Howard 4th, Ron Fairley 5th, Wally Moon 6th, Darryl Spencer 7th, Willie Davis today 8th, and John Roseborough catching 9th. And pitching is Bob Miller. So Bob Miller, notice they have not used a reliever all year. They have not used a reliever. 2 straight complete game shutouts. On the other way, they have some people used him. Brabender, the closer, he's in there and he's been used. But you have Dave McNally today. McNally will be in there pitching. You have Luis Aparicio batting first. At shortstop, Russ Snyder left field second. Frank Robinson right field third. Boog Powell DH fourth. Kurt Blefary at first will be fifth. Brooks Robinson sixth. The third baseman Paul Blair seventh. Davey Johnson eighth. And Andy Etchebarren, the catcher, is ninth. So we're here in Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. We're about ready to go. The Baltimore Orioles. We just got to move these back and forth. Here we go. Oh, you can hit bullpen. I see that. LA Dodgers now. You can see LA and Baltimore. I always wonder who took precedence over what. Let's do this. Here and here. And there. Here we go. Oh no. I hate that. There we go. So that's gonna, you get nothing where it says the bullpen. And we might as well keep it in the bottom corner there. So because of the way we sim, unless it's the playoffs or whatever, we're going to have one out here, as Wills was the first one out. And what we got to do actually is shift this around. The Dodgers got to be on top. The Orioles got to be on bottom. And here it is. The Orioles got to be on here. Right there, so Gilliam will be second. Remember, it's visitors on first, and we're about underway here. And, oops, I forgot to do the pitch by pitch. Don't worry, it's very beginning. Things happen like this. So one out, Gilliam is on first. Here's Davis now. It'll be high inside ball one. Both teams are 2-0, and of course, it'll be 2-0 there. You only play 2 games against 50 different opponents. And that's going to be a strike there. That was a changeup that went slow. High pop fly. And that'll be caught. 2 outs. So 2 outs here. Here's Howard, the right fielder. No home runs, 2 RBIs. He's hitting 800 and looking good. He's going to be safe at first. Pitching is Dave McNally, his first start of the year. He walked the first batter. That's how he got on. There have been no hits given up today. And that's going to be us trying to steal. And he steals second base. And Gilliam got his first steal. The Dodgers have not given up a run all year. The pitch here, it's going to be inside ball 3. And that's Howard. You see fastballs here, knuckleballs here. And that's going to be a strike there. So curveball here, 3-1, high pop fly. Underneath should be the end of the inning, and that'll be the second baseman, Davey Johnson. At the end of the first half of 1, we're still scoreless. As we go, these games are, how should I say, these games are, you know, in the first 10 games, we're going to have a lot of differences, and that's going to be inside ball 1. Bob Miller We're going to have a lot of things. It won't be as systemic till we get to Game 5. But anyway, Luis Aparicio, the shortstop, Bob Miller, will pitch. And Aparicio, that'll go to third. Picked up third to first, one out. And Davis, what a throw. Davis to Spencer. Get one out. Here's Russ Snyder. And Snyder again. That's going to be a strike right down the middle. So Bob Miller is really picking up 18 innings, and the Dodgers have not given up a run. A swing and a miss here for the Orioles. And that'll be a strike there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here in Oriole Park outside and way outside there. Here in Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, where they're pretty good, and that's going to be a swing and a miss and a strikeout there, 2 outs. Baltimore's a good team. Wow, look at Pittsburgh in 1960. They're a strong team. They're a really strong team. They might make the playoffs. Short to first to end the inning, and that goes to 19 straight. Without giving up a run, 1, 2, 3. For the Orioles, we go to the second inning. We're scoreless. Second inning. Washington leading Philadelphia by a lot. Toronto 1987 trying to get their first win. You got Fairley, Moon, and Spencer. And here's Dave McNally now. Fairley, Moon, and Spencer. Here's Fairley. Fairley is going to be a strike. And Fairley is going to be low and away, ball 1. Ron Fairley against Dave McNally. The Dodgers won 6-0 and 3-0. That'll be a strike. They call that one very low. The 1-2 to Fairley. And it'll be low, ball 2. Dave McNally. Swing and a miss there, and Fairley goes down, 1 out. Beautiful Memorial Stadium. Hunter Beer in the background, you can see that scoreboard. Here is Moon, the DH. Be a fastball for a strike. Wally Moon is hitting .500 early on. This is his 3rd game. Remember, you take a look at the Dodgers. Davis has both home runs for the Dodgers. Swing and a miss there, and McNally has 2 strikeouts this inning. He's starting to heat up. There's 2 outs. And here's Spencer. That'll be low, ball 1. 1-0. As Spencer now will come up. That'll be fouled away, 1-1. Darryl Spencer, the first baseman. And a nice grab. Davis to Spencer. They got an out. It'll be 1-2 to Dave McNally. His 32nd pitch. And that'll be fouled again. The Dodgers have not used a reliever yet. That's going to be a ball, 2-2. Game 3 of 100. It'll be 3-2, top of the second inning. McNally, and that'll be high into left field, and that'll drop for a base hit, so Spencer gets on the game's first base hit. A filled stadium, they know what these games mean. And here's Willie Davis. He's 1 for 7 on the year, high ball 1. Willie Davis 1 for 7, no home runs and an RBI. No swing and miss there. He hasn't hit in 3 at-bats against lefties. There's 2 strikes. 1-2 with 2 outs. Struck him out, and that's 3 strikeouts in the inning. Dave McNally, he's looking good at the bottom of the second inning. Only 1 hit today. The score, the Dodgers nothing, and Baltimore nothing. You get this kind of a playoff atmosphere. You get it because it just, these 2 teams are favorites in the division, and they're playing each other. It's going to be high inside, ball 1. Boog Powell hitting .250 on the year. It'll be low, ball 2. Bob Miller against Boog Powell. Now Boog, that's going to be a strike there. It's Powell, Blefary, and Robinson, the DH first base, and Third baseman Boog has a home run. 1-1-1 in home runs. It'll be 3-1. You don't have to worry about Powell and stealing, and he'll go to first. So Boog Powell will trot to first base, and that's the second walk by Miller. And here's Blefary. Blefary hitting .333, a home run, 4 RBI. That'll be fouled away, 0-1. Blefary now, that's going to be high pop fly to right field. And underneath, there's going to be a catch. You're not going to send Boog Powell. That thing will have to be a home run for them to send him. And here's Brooks Robinson against Miller, down low, ball 1. Well, the Pirates have scored in the bottom of the third inning. They don't want to go 0-3. This should be easy. They go. Force, this is 6-4-3 and a double play. And they sweep the Orioles off the bases. Go to the third inning. It's the Dodgers nothing and the Baltimore Orioles nothing. So after 2 innings, Sire 0-3-2-9. Yes, I agree with you. This is a really cool game. I would be all in on the field. If the field was a bit strong in the graphics quality, I had to take 2 hours to change everything. MV, great to see you. MV, really good to see you. You're great, always great to see you, MV. I like your cricket, and I like your sport. You're great. But yeah, stronger. I had to tinker around for 2 hours on the graphics to get these. And these look good in graphics right now. I want to showcase the uniforms. That's why I bring them in. That's why I do all that. So Sire 0-3-2-9, yeah, it is stronger. I totally agree with you. So far, 5-1, Oakland leading Boston. Boston and threatening going 0-3. Pittsburgh 6-1 over San Francisco. Those Pirates are strong. And look at the White Sox in 1983. They're winning in the 6th. They got to win that one. Chicago a comeback over New York. Washington still a no-hitter. LA and Houston looking pretty good. Toronto and Kansas City. Baltimore of 1970 beating Milwaukee 4-0. They're looking good. They're a strong team. They really are. In the third inning, Seattle and St. Louis tied. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, we go to the 4th. That was really big. Houston 1-0 over Kansas City. They might be 3-0. Tampa Bay beating Boston in the third inning, bottom of the 2nd. Houston beating Minnesota. Detroit beating Philadelphia. The Mets 1-0 over the Yankees to 61. The Padres in 1984 trying to get their first win. And 0-0 there, 0-0 Cleveland and Toronto, Pittsburgh and the Dodgers. And the rest, there are no finals. We go to the third inning. We go every 2 innings. We take a look and they hit them. They hit Roseboro, and Roseboro will go to first. The Dodgers have a hit and a walk. Hit and a hit by batter. So here is Dave McNally. He walked 1, he hit 1. And it's going to be a strike there on the outside. This is Murray Wills. Murray Wills today 0 for 1. It's going to be strike 2. High strike there, McNally. Struck him out, and Murray Wills goes down. A big strikeout here in the third inning. Jim Gilliam now will be up. He's 0 for 1 today. No, he walked. Earlier on, it's 1-0. Hard hit, foul back, 1-1. Gilliam, did he go? No, ball 2. And Davis and Howard coming up. Davis has had a very good first 2. Davis and Howard have had good starts to the year. And that's going to be fouled off, 3-2. Now they got to worry about this. McNally, if he walks him, that's going to be a hard shot and a base hit, and here come the Dodgers. They got 2 on with 1 out. They'll stay at first and second. And this is really big. 1 out, and here is Tommy Davis. Tommy Davis, 2 of his 3 hits are home runs. He's got 2 on. There's the strike, 1 out, top of the 3rd. Did he go? And he did. It's 0-2. McNally very big to Tommy Davis. Struck him out. There's 2 outs. Oh my! A big strikeout. That's what they needed. And here's Frank Howard. Frank Howard, a right fielder. He was 4-5 on the year, 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ball inside. LA has yet to give up a run for the year. 2-0. And that's going to be hard and foul, 2-1. Very big for Frank Howard. McNally now. And that's going to be a strike, 2-2, 2 outs. Top of the third, 56 pitches. And it's going to be low, 3-2. Big for Dave McNally. Struck him out, and that's it for the third inning. Well, we've had a lot of defense here at the beginning of this year, and we ended the third inning. The score, LA nothing and Baltimore nothing. This is a big series. Yes, you play 100 games, but this is the only time these two will go at each other. In the year, these two here in Baltimore. And here's Paul Blair hitting .571. It was Blair, Johnson, and Echeverry. And here's Blair, swing there, and he fouls it off, 0-1. The Dodgers have not used a reliever the entire season. Bob Miller only has 19 pitches. They've been really hitting the ball short the first one out. I mean, really, that's Murray Wills to Spencer. The Dodgers looking good here. Bob Miller, they haven't given up a hit yet today, and that's going to be fouled off, 0-1. They're very aggressive when they pitch, and here's Davey Johnson. Johnson again, that'll be a ball, 1-1. Bottom of the third inning, nothing. And it'll be a strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Struck him out, and that's number 2. The Dodgers are 31st out of 60 teams in strikeouts. A lot of balls in play. And here's Andy Echeverry. He has a home run and 3 RBI on the year, hitting .375, and that's a strike. Echeverry is 3 of 8. I hate to always say hits versus total. That's deep to left field. And underneath, and it will be a diving catch by Davis. Oh my goodness. What a catch by Davis, and at the end of 3, it's 0-0. And taking a look, wow. I know, there are fights in this game. We had one in hockey. That was unbelievable. That fight in hockey was unbelievable. Fairley, Moon, and Spencer. Philadelphia has 2 runs. They were down 6-0. They're down 6-2. Here's Fairley. It's going to be outside, ball 1. Fairley now. And that'll be fouled away, 1-1. Fairley, the left fielder. I hate saying because it seems like, okay, you're hitting 200, all right. 2 of 10 just so terrible. But he has the same amount of RBIs as hits. And it's way inside. It's 3-1. 3-1 with nobody out. And that'll be high and a little looper. That one will drop for a base hit. So Fairley will get a single, the 3rd hit of the game for the Dodgers. And the Dodgers are looking very good here. And here's Wally Moon. And it's going to be outside, ball 1. Top of the 4th inning. Right down the middle, 1-1. And that's going to be another strike right down the middle. The Dodgers are getting them on. They can't get them in. That's going to be a base hit to right field. It'll drop. Are they going to go to 3rd? No, they won't. It'll be 1st and 2nd with nobody out. The 4th hit of the day. Now you got Spencer, Davis, and Roseboro. And Spencer's hitting .429 on the year. He's 1 for 1 today. McNally's in trouble. And that's going to be a strike. I would say bunt and get to sacrifice. Play small ball. That'll be fouled off. Quickly down, 0-2. Inside and fouled again. Dave McNally. Top of the 4th. Struck him out, and that's going to be 1. That's the danger you get when you don't play small ball. Look at the Pirates up 11-1. The Mets, that Chicago and Mets game, incredible. And that Chicago and Yankees game, Chicago's pulled ahead. Inside ball one, 2 on with 1 out. Here's Davis. Davis inside a strike, 1-1. Dave McNally, his 74th pitch. It'll be 2-1 with an out. McNally again, right to center field. And it'll hit the ground, a base hit. Are they going to send him? They will. They're going to throw home, and it'll be 1-0 Dodgers. The Dodgers finally score. Finally. The 63 Dodgers finally score. And it is we made that a little bit bigger. Got to make sure we're all right here. And there it is. Here's John Roseboro, the catcher. This could blow it open. That's going to be a ball outside. Roseboro walked last time he's up. Strike 1-1. Dave McNally, 78 pitches. Roseboro, he's going to foul that off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he strikes out. Struck down Roseboro. And here's Murray Wills. Wills will be ball 1. They got Wills and Gilliam. Wills 0 for 2 today. They got to be worried. It'll be a strike there. They got second and third with 2 outs. Wills can blow this open. It'll be fouled off. 1 and 2 with 2 outs. If the Orioles end up winning this game, they can point to this moment. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Struck him out, and Dave McNally. He's holding back a dam where the water's about to burst. But a little came through. It's LA 1, Baltimore nothing. Luis Aparicio had gone through the order. Bob Miller has walked 1. I think they got a double play. He's only had 26 pitches in 3 innings. That'll be fouled back, 0-1. They have not had a relief pitcher. They've had 2 straight shutout, complete game shutouts. Struck him out, and Aparicio goes down, 1 out. And here's Russ Snyder, Aparicio, Snyder, and Frank Robinson. Snyder hasn't had a hit this year. That'll be ball 1. So here's Russ Snyder. And that's going to be a strike. I think I just saw Florida winning 3-0 there. We'll check it after this. A hard hit, and that's going to be fair ball, and that'll be the first base hit for Baltimore today. Snyder will go to second, and a throw to second, and he's safe for a double. Now they got a runner on second, Russ Snyder. He only has 25 speed, and here's Frank Robinson. Frank Robinson 0 for 1 today. That's going to be a strike. Robinson, no home runs, no RBI. That's going to be low ball 1. 1-1. Robinson, it'll be on the ground. They'll move him to third, but they'll step on first, 2 outs. And he's sort of a base hit, and we're tied. Here's Boog Powell. Boog Powell, not very fast, but he can get a hit. LA hasn't given up a run all year. That's going to be a strike, 0-1 to Powell. This is so big. Miller, and that's going to be a ball, 1-1. He's only given up 1 hit all day. High into right field. Will this drop? Will this drop? Well, yes, it will. And Boog Powell has tied the game at 1. And the Dodgers have given up their first run of the year. Their first run of the year, they've given up. And Kurt Blefary, that'll be fouled off, 0-1. Blefary now, and that'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. Bob Miller throwing a lot of pitches this inning. It'll be 2-1. They haven't used a reliever yet. A swing and a miss. 2-2. 2 outs. And the pitch. That'll be fouled back. Bottom of the 4th inning. Baltimore has tied it up. That'll be foul again. Bob Miller. That'll be on the ground. 3-2 with 2 outs. You know that Boog Powell will be running on the pitch. He might need it. And that'll be a little blooper to left field. Running in, running in. Will he get it? Will he get it? Yes, he will. And that's Fairley with the catch at the end of 4. Baltimore has tied this game up. The 2-inning out-of-town scoreboard. Look at the Pirates in 1960 winning. Chicago's trying to hang on to White Sox. The Dodgers of 81 have pulled ahead. Chicago of 16 have pulled ahead. The Nationals are up big against the Phillies. Toronto of 87 trying to get a first win. The Pirates have tied the Reds in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's a big rivalry. Baltimore's up 6-0 against Milwaukee in the bottom of the 5th. Seattle and St. Louis are tied at 0. Houston 2, Kansas City 0 in the 5th. Detroit 4, Philadelphia 0 in the 5th. Tampa Bay 2, Boston 0 in the 5th. Houston and Minnesota in the bottom of the 4th. New York 2, the Yankees 2, Mets 1. Cleveland beating Toronto in the bottom of the 3rd. The Padres of 84 winning in the bottom of the 3rd there. The Pirates of 71 trying to get their first win, I believe. Florida no hitting the Astros, but it's early, 1st inning. And Cincinnati in the bottom of the 2nd inning winning there. There's one final. Oakland in 1972 has beaten Boston in 67. Oakland in 72 gets their first win. Boston is 0-3. 5th inning Gillum. And that's going to be a hard shot. This will be Johnson to first. There'll be 1 out. Here's Davis now. That was the first pitch. That's going to be low outside, ball 1. So the Baltimore Orioles right now high into right field. This one is deep. It was hit hard, and it is gone! Tommy Davis! And Tommy Davis has hit his first home run, and it is 2-1. Tommy Davis. And you can get that feeling of a big hit here. It is 2-1. Davis is actually his 3rd home run of the year. Sorry. He's the only one that's hitting home runs on the Dodgers. And it is 2-1. This will be a strike to Howard. My goodness. Inside 1-1. Dave McNally is struggled a little bit now. 2-1. Let's see what he can do. He strikes out 10 right now for McNally. 10 strikeouts. McNally at 91 pitches. And here's Fairley, the left fielder, made the last out of last inning. It's 2-1, and that'll be 1-1 now. Dave McNally, not a bad start. I mean, he has 10 strikeouts. 1, 2, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk. 94 pitches. Below 2-2, but if you don't win, you don't win. He's given up 6 hits. High pop fly, center field. And running, and he gets it. That's Paul Blair in center field. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-1 LA. Both teams are 2-0. Both teams are 2-0. And this is a series that shows how the teams match up against each other. Von Miller against Brooks Robinson. Brooks is 0 for 1. That'll be fouled off 0-1. Brooks 0 for 1 in a day. It's going to be low ball 1. He has a home run and an RBI hitting 286 on the year. He'll be fouled off. The 1-2 for Brooks. Hard hit to third and right past the third baseman and a base hit. So Brooks Robinson will go to second, and when they get him, they'll slide in there, and he is safe. Brooks Robinson doubles. Now with nobody out, he's on second, and here's Paul Blair, 0 for 1, hitting .500. No home runs, 1 RBI, ball 1. This is really big for Paul Blair. Miller, and it'll be on the ground to first. They're going to move Blair to sacrifice position. There'll be 1 out. Bob Miller, 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. Here's Davey Johnson. Johnson's hitting .250 in a year, no home runs, 1 RBI. That'll be a strike. Miller hasn't had too many pitches today. Johnson goes quickly 0-2, not what he wanted. And that'll be fouled off. Sacrifice position is Brooks Robinson. Inside, 1-2, almost. Reset everything and put Johnson on first. The 1-2, fouled again. He doesn't want to go down. This will be pitch number 6 from Miller. And fouled again. 1 out, 2-1 Dodgers. Struck him out, and there goes the sacrifice. There goes the sacrifice. If they lose, they can look to that moment. Davey Johnson. Now it's going to be away ball 1. 1-0, 2 outs. A swing and a miss here. 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Andy Etchebarren, 0 for 1 today. Already a strike there. Etchebarren has a home run and 3 RBI. Oh, misses that. It's 2-2. The 2-2. Inside, full count. They're not going to run Robinson. That'll be fouled again. Miller trying to get out of this. The 3-2. And it's on the ground. It'll be short. The first, they get him, and that's it. Good solid inning, but they couldn't score. LA 2, Baltimore 1. The Golden Eagle, Greg, good to see you. The Creators Cup, Golden Eagle, it is good. It is a 100-game regular season. What I did was this. All the creators got to pick teams. All the creators that I saw picked teams. Hey, if you want to be in the next one, you can get one. You can pick any team in the history of baseball. And what I did was, you want to mix between good and your favorite. There are some people that pick their favorite, like the 87 Cubs, and they were last place. And there are some people that pick the 75 Reds, who are good. So any team in history, any team you can pick. So you pick your team, and because it's for fun, that you get 6 teams, and the top 2 of those teams make the playoffs. No matter if you're 23-77, you make the playoffs, or the top 2 teams. Then those top 2 teams reorder. And when you reorder, you go to the best. When you reorder, you go then 1 through 24, and the top 12 get byes. And then 13 through 20 play in the first round. Then everybody comes in for rounds 2, 3, 4 in the 5th rounds of World Series. And they're all 7-game series. They're 2-2, 1-1-1. 2-2, 1-1-1. And it was 1960 through present, of course. Sire 0329 will not let me forget. I let in the 27 Yankees because they were a favorite of Al Red Sox fan. He loved them, and I said, all right, I totally forgot about that rule. And I'll never forget about it. But Moon, it's going to be high to left field. And Moon, this will be right next to the wall, and that's going to be Snyder will catch it 1 out. And Snyder will catch this one. Here's Darrell Spencer. 1 for 2 today. And it's going to be a strike, a fastball. Top of the 6th inning, 2-1. And it's going to be a low 1-1. So Dave McNally, we haven't had a second pitcher in, but McNally has thrown 101 pitches. This might be his last inning. 2-2. He has 10 strikeouts today. With a 3.38 ERA. With 3-2 now with 1 out, full count. And high into left field, a hard line drive. But another catch by Snyder. He has both outs this inning. And here's Willie Davis at center field, 1 for 2 today with an RBI. And That's going to be a strike. Dave McNally, 105. Remember, there's a DH. This will be to Blair in center field, and he's just going to catch it for 3 outs. Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's only game number 3 of 100, but very important. It's 2-1. It's important because in a tiebreaker game, if somebody sweeps and they go to tiebreaker, that's going to be low ball 1 as Apprecio, Snyder, and Robinson. Apprecio's 0 for 2 today. If somebody sweeps, they hold a tiebreaker, so they would hold the tiebreaker game at home. Swing and a miss here. It'll be 2-1. Catch all of the stats and all the standings and all that on the Facebook page. On the Facebook pages I post to. Indeed. It'll be center field, and it'll be caught 1 out. The Dodgers have scored 11 runs this year. They've given up 1. Here's Snyder. Russ Snyder in left field. That'll be a low ball 1. Bob Miller cruising through 6 innings. That'll be on the ground to first. They'll step 2 outs. And here's Frank Robinson, 0 for 2. That'll be fouled back, 0-1. You can tell Bob Miller losing a little bit of his zeal here on his pitching. It'll be 1-1. Frank Robinson will be inside, a strike. Oh, they call that one very much to the inside. Pitch, and it'll be on the ground. What a play! Third to first, and it goes away. He throws it away, and they're going to go to second. And this will mean Frank Robinson will go to second on the air. So it is not a base hit, it's an error. And now the tying run. Here's Boog Powell. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. And Frank is on second. That's going to be low and away, ball 1. This is big for Boog Powell here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss there. It'll be 1-1 with 2 outs. You see Frank staring at second. That's going to be a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch. Struck him out, and that's going to be it for the 6th. My goodness. At the end of the 6th inning, Baltimore can't get a man. It's 2-1 Dodgers. The out-of-town scoreboard here. Chicago doubling up the Yankees 12-6. They might win that one. Washington up big there. Toronto up big on Kansas City 8-4. Baltimore 6-0 in the bottom of the 7th. 3-3 Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. We'll follow that game to the conclusion. 0-0 Seattle and St. Louis in the 7th. 5-2 Tampa beating Boston of 0-4. Tampa might go 3-0. Houston 4-0 over the Kansas City A's. Houston is unbelievably good. Detroit 4-3 over Philadelphia. The Houston Astros is 17-up 6-2 against Minnesota. San Diego Padres 4-1, top of the 5th. The New York Mets 6-5, top of the 6th. The Cleveland Indians blowing out Toronto in the 5th inning. The Pirates 4-0 for leading 4-0. Pirates in 1971 against Dodgers in 66. Cincinnati up 4-3 against Kansas City. Florida and Houston are tied. And some finals, the Pittsburgh in 1960 is incredible. The Chicago White Sox win 8-7. The Dodgers of 81, they win 4-3 over the Houston Astros. And Oakland 5-1 over Boston. So we have 4 finals in here. This is Roseboro, Willis, and Gillum. Roseboro, and a swing and a miss there, 0-1. Pitching is Bo Drabowski. Bo Drabowski, he has no ERA, 1 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. So Bo Drabowski is the new pitcher in. It'll be 1-1 to the catcher, John Roseboro. Joe Roseboro, that's going to be a base hit, and it's fair. Roseboro around first base. Here comes Roseboro to second. They're going to throw it in, and Roseboro's going to be safe at second. Dodgers threatening to take the lead even more as Maury Wills 0 for 3 today. That'll be a strike. Maury Wills hitting 182. It'll be 1-1. Big at bat for Wills. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. We got Gilliam coming up next. Wills, and he fouls it back again. Big for Mo Drabowski. High, and that's going to be to center field. Are they going to send Roseboro? They're going to throw it home. They will not send him. It'll be first and third. First and third in the 7th inning. And here's Gilliam. And the pitch is going to be low, 1-0. And now 1-1. Jim Gilliam, second base. 1 hit and 2 at-bats. 1 for 2 today. That's going to be safe at first base. Mo Drabowski in trouble, top of the 7th. Inside, 2-1. The Dodgers won an insurance run. That would be big. Gilliam, it's going to be 3-1. Drabowski having trouble here. His 13th pitch. High, and that's going to be a little number to center field and a base hit. It's now 3-1. And they go to third base, and Drabowski is having trouble. Still nobody out. And Willis is in. Murray Wills is in sacrifice position. Here's Tommy Davis, 1 for 3 with a home run. Pitch there, it's going to be a strike. Oh, low. The 0-1. That's going to be another one. Same level outside, though. The 0-2 to Tommy Davis. Struck him out, and that was big. Drabowski needed that. 1 out, and here's Frank Howard. Frank Howard's 0 for 3 today. He's hitting 500 on the air. Again, throw to first. He's safe. They're throwing to first. They just want this. They could get a double play. It's going to be low and outside. Stolen bases. Gilliam has 1. He's the only one that stole so far for the Dodgers. The Orioles have no stolen bases. It'll be low again. Actually, it's going to be low for a strike. Call a strike there. 1-1. It'll be 2-1 now. Top of the 7th inning. 2 on, 1 out. And Frank Howard could break this wide open. It's going to be a strike, 2-2. Wow, I'll tell you what, Mo Drabowski just throws it in there quickly. That's going to be foul. A big 2-2 pitch to Frank Howard. That's going to be fouled again. This might be the only inning for Drabowski, the 2-2. It'll be fouled again. Well, he was hoping to get in Drabowski and be all right, but Drabowski's having so much trouble here. Inside 3-2. They could load the bases up for Fairley. High into right field. It might hit fair, and it is fair. 1 run's going to score. They might get another one in. Let's see if they're going to send them. They're going to stay at third. And my goodness, it's 4-1 now. Mo will stay in here, and here's Ron Fairley, 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be a strike, 10 hits for the Dodgers. With 1 out, high into right field. And they're going to catch it. Are they going to try and throw home? They will. It'll be 5-1 Dodgers, though. They'll never get there. 2 outs. The Dodgers, not only do they have insurance, they have premium plan insurance. Bill Short will come in to pitch now. Bill Short to Moon. Wally Moon is 1 for 3 today. And that'll be on the ground. Maybe third to first. Let's see. Third to first, and they get him. 1 pitch, 1 out. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the 7th inning stretch. Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. You got Bleffrey, Robinson, and Blair, and Bob Miller is still in. And there is a little bit of hope and despair there, as that's a strike. Baltimore needs to get runners on, and they know it. That's going to be a little bloop, and it'll curve foul. 2 strikes, and that'll be 1-2. Toronto leading Kansas City 8-5. That'll be their first win of the year. They pick it up. This will be 3rd to 1st and 1 out. Good defense by the Dodgers here. And here's Brooks Robinson. And Brooks, that'll be low ball 1. Brooks is 1 for 2 today. And inside, it'll be 2-0. Bob Miller has done a great job all day, 3-0. And I'm wondering if the Dodgers will have their first, as it's 3-1, relief pitcher of the year. High into left field, a hard hit, and that one is off the wall. And going to second base, I believe, is Brooks Robinson, and it is safe. And Brooks Robinson, I believe, is 3 for 3 today. And he'll get on second if they can chip away. Here's Paul Blair, who's 0 for 2. 0 for 2 today, Paul Blair. That'll be on the ground. They'll move him to third to throw to first. That's 2 outs. It's significant because any sort of a base hit, and it's 5-2. And here's Davey. And that's going to be a ball 1. Davey Johnson 0 for 2 today. That's going to be a strike. Miller, and gets him swinging again. 5 strikeouts for Miller, trying to make it 6. And it's low 2-2. So Davey's 0 for 2 today. 3-2 for Johnson. It'll be Davey Johnson, Andy Etchebarren coming up next, and Johnson fouls it away. Etchebarren would love to come on with 2 on. And he jammed him. That would have been ball 4, but it goes to right field, and it is caught. Frank Howard in right field, and we go to the 8th inning. It's still 5-1. Oh, that hurts. That absolutely hurts. Spencer Davis and Roseboro will come up. Etchebarren wanted to be up so badly. Bill Short, 1 pitch, 1 out last inning. And Bill Short will be in. That's going to be a ball. A 4th ball there. So Darrell Spencer at first base. He's 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be a strike, 1-1. No home runs, no RBIs. You know, early on, you don't get really the stats to really see how the players are doing so far in this league. That'll be high, pop fly. And underneath, that'll be an out. 1 out. Here in the 8th, Willie Davis. Davis again, and that's going to be 0-1 with 1 out. So Davis, 1 for 3. The center fielder, it's going to be high, deep to right field. They could make it 6-1. Willie Davis, it's deep, it's gone! 493 feet. Willie Davis, and it's 6-1. Well, the Dodgers are making mincemeat out of the Orioles today. Out hitting him and out doing everything there. Here's John Roseboro. And that's going to be a hot shot to right field and a base hit. So Roseboro will go to first. Earl Weaver's got to be scratching his head going, my goodness. Bill Short has not done well. He got 1 pitch, 1 out in the 7th inning, but here in the 8th, it's just the Dodgers continuing to throw to first. And he's safe. Bill Short. There'll be 2 strikes, 1-2. He'll be away 2-2 to Maury Wills. Wills is a full count with 1 out. And it's ball 4, and it's looking tough here as the Dodgers are ready to go ahead. Jim Gilliam, second base. It'll be ball 1 outside. So Gilliam, high pop fly to right field. It's going to curve foul. 2 on with 1 out. Gilliam is 2 for 3 today with an RBI. A hard hit that's going to be fouled again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm wondering if anybody's going to get 100 RBI this year in this league. It can happen. They pick it up. Are they going to throw? No, it's an infield hit. Roseboro will go to third. Wills to second. And Gilliam with an infield hit. And now here's Davis. He can blow this thing wide open. 1 out. And it's low ball 1. Baltimore. Oh, and they hit him, and it's 7-1. Bill Short hit him. And Roseboro comes in at 7-1. I think that Earl Weaver's just conceding, and he wants to keep his bullpen for tomorrow. Frank Howard 1 for 4 today, and that's a strike. Bases loaded, top of the 8th. That'll be another strike again for Howard, and low 2-2. He's keeping it low. Howard will be fouled off. 1 out. 7-1. He strikes out. And now here's Ron Fairley, 1 for 3 today with an RBI. And they're going for the fences now. Fairley, Moon will come up, the DH. If Fairley gets on, it'll be 1-1. That's going to be fouled off. 1-2 with 2 outs. And low 2-2. So the Dodgers winning 7-1 outside. Full count, 2 outs. Every bulb on that scoreboard is lit. And it'll be hard hit to Powell. He'll pick it up and step on first. Oh my goodness, he messed that up. He messed that up, and it's 8-1. He messed that up, and it's 8-1. Oh my goodness. Here's Wally Moon, the DH. Hit to left field, and underneath it'll hit the ground. It's 9-1. My goodness, 9-1, top of the 8th. And Darrell Spencer. 3-ball 1-0. 1-1 for Darrell Spencer. He's 1 for 4 today. They're keeping Bill Short in there. They don't want to use their bullpen. That was a slider, and another one. That's ball 3. Again, every bulb on that scoreboard is lit, and it is a walk. It's 10-1 now. This game's going to L.A. They're keeping Short in there. And here's John Miller. They really didn't want to use him, but they want to give him some reps high. And that is going to be the 3rd out. They needed that. 1 pitch, 1 out. They go to the bottom of the 8th, 10-1. Wow, look at this. Except for 27 Yankees, yes. 86 Mets is in there. Are they in? The 86 Mets are in there. Yes, there is. There are no repeated teams. The 86 Mets are in there. Right now, the 86 Mets are in this tournament, and we will go through all the standings after this game. All the standings after this game. No, what happened is this, as that's going to be a strike to Andy Etchebarren, 0 for 2 today, is that if we had people pick the same teams, I randomly flipped the coin and just picked which league they would be in. Which league they would be in. So we had a lot of people with the 94 Expos. I just picked one randomly. And, you know, a few others, the same thing. 79 Pirates, believe it or not, had a couple people won them. And that's going to be a strikeout there. Bob Miller is 6. The Dodgers still have not used a relief pitcher. They might have 3 complete gamers in a row. There's a strike here, and that's the biggest thing in this game. It's going to be high and foul. Will it be caught? And it is caught. And that was Aparicio. Here's Snyder now. Russ Snyder, the left fielder, and that's his strike. Bob Miller wants to go the whole distance. High into left field. That's going to curve. And it is foul. Even though it looks fair, believe me, it's foul. And that's going to be high ball one, but that's the way they do it, and this is a fun league. This really is. Silvam on the very back of these uniforms is the guy that made this mod. I believe his name is Adam Sylvan, and all these ballparks are beautiful, especially here in Baltimore. The end of the 8th inning, it's 10-1. We go to the out-of-town scoreboard. So here we go, the out-of-town scoreboard. Houston winning 6-0. Tampa Bay 11-3. The Yankees have come back on the 69 Mets 10-7. The Yankees is 61. Houston is 17, 8-2 lead. Minnesota could go 0-3. Both 0-2 teams, San Diego and Arizona there. Cleveland beating Toronto 5-0. A very solid performance there. Houston 1980 in the bottom of the 5th beating Florida. They're big. LA coming back against the Pirates in 1971. Kansas City has now led Cincinnati. Kansas City in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chicago and San Francisco. It's a 1-1 game there in the bottom of the 1st. Some of these games in 10 innings. Well, actually, a final Detroit at 13. They go 3-0 over Philadelphia. St. Louis a 3-2 win over Seattle in the 10th inning. Remember, in these extra innings, you get the runner on second. I'm doing that because I don't want to be here for 25,000 innings. Baltimore 11-1 over Milwaukee. The Pirates 4-3. They beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati's first loss. Pirates' first win. The Dodgers 4-3 over Houston. Washington 15-6 over Philadelphia. Toronto 87. They get their first win. Pirates in 1960 are a tough team. On the road, at home, they won 11-1 at Forbes Field. Chicago of 1983, they have a winning record. They're 2-1. And they're leading their division there. Chicago is 16, 14-6. They'll win over New York. And 5-1, Oakland beating Boston. Here it's 10-1, top of the 9th inning. And that's going to be low and outside. Doug Camille is the pinch hitter. John Miller will remain the pitcher at 11-1. Doug Camille, they want to get some reps in for him. 2-1. It's 10-1, and the Dodgers certainly look really good today. They look good in the 7th and the 8th inning. They really poured it on. Their offense really coming to life here. That'll be swing and a miss here. For Baltimore, they got to remember, throw this away. I mean, remember, in real life, the Pirates lost 21-0 to the Cubs. 21-0 a couple days ago. Then they win the next game 4-3. So you just got to throw everything on the ground. That's going to be high into right field, a hard hit. And this is gone. Good night, Murray Wills, a home run. It's 11-1 now. And the Dodgers pulling away. They look really good. This is supposedly the two best teams. But, you know, you get to a point, 16 hits for the Dodgers. They'll be low ball one. At the post-game show, we're going to have all the scores from the day. If you want all the stats, Jim Gilliam, 3 for 4. If you want all the stats, then feel free to take a look at my page. I'll post them on every site that I normally post. You can click and take a look at the box scores there. All of them will be posted here. Tommy Davis, 1 for 4, a home run, and 2 RBI, and that'll be a strike. The Dodgers now, and Davis, that'll be 2 for 5, a base hit. 11-1 here, top of the 9th. We're just trying to get out of here. It's a strike to Frank Howard. 1 for 5 on the day. That'll be fouled off. 2 strikes, John Miller. And that'll be ball 1. 1 for 2. And that'll be fouled off again. We're going to pitchers 3 and 4. Remember, they all play the same games the same day. So everybody's on their third pitcher. So these games can be wild. The end of 8.5, it's 11-1. Go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Let's see if anybody else is talking. We do. John Miller, yep, color commentary on ESPN. The White Sox had the best record that year. Yeah, they did. They were the only one in the American League West with a winning record. The only one in the American League West with a winning record, and that was big. I figure this is a nice league to watch. I'll provide all the stats so everybody can keep up on it. Frank Robinson 0 for 3 today. We'll show you all the standings and the leaders and statistically. And then if you want to see each game one by one, we'll have them at the very end. So it'll be 1 and 2 to Frank, who's 0 for 3 today. And that'll be a hard hit, make that 1 for 4. And he gets on first. There's nobody out, and I mean, you're looking for something now. Here's Boog Powell, who's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a strike. Bob Miller is trying to be the 3rd straight complete game for the Dodgers. Below 1 and 2. He's trying to end this thing. 2 and 2. And that'll be fouled back. Miller 120 pitches. 3 and 2. And struck him out. No, it's foul. 3-2. And fouled again. 3-2 again. Ball 4. 2 are on, and yep, Jack Smith. Guy looks like he's been food poisoned in his picture. He looks like he's been food poisoned in his picture. Look at that. He's going to be the first relief pitcher for the Dodgers all day. They tried to get 3 straight complete game victories, and they didn't do it. And there's a wild pitch there. There's nobody out. Now, they got to be a little careful. I understand it's a 10-run lead, and they hit him, and the bases are loaded. I mean, nobody is out of their seat yet. Here's Brooks Robinson. And that's going to be low ball 1. And that's a strike to Brooks. High pop fly. And they're just going to get an RBI here. There's the catch. Nobody goes, 1 out. And here's Paul Blair, 0 for 3. High into right field. Now this is when the wheels start to come off. There's the catch. Nobody coming home again. This outfield, strong arms. Willie Davis is a 70 of an arm. You see that. And now down to their final out. Davey Johnson, 0 for 3. Now down 0 and 2, Jack Smith. Struck him out, and that's the game. No drama there. They had people on, but the bases were loaded, but we were not coming out and going, hey, look. As the Los Angeles Dodgers are 3-0, Baltimore's 2-1. And if you are Baltimore, you want to be able to get back. Now our post-game show. First of all, this game, the Dodgers go 3-0, 11-1 win here. The player of the game is Bob Miller. Bob Miller, a 72. He went 8 innings, 6 strikeouts. He pitched 124 pitches. He couldn't get any more. Couldn't get any more. And Dave McNally with the loss. Dave McNally only gave up 2 earned runs, and his bullpen was absolutely horrible. There you see the line scores here. I'm trying to take a look. Brooks Robinson, 2 for 4 for Baltimore. You see Fairley was 2 for 4. Davis, 2 for 5. Gilliam, 3 for 5, a home run. No home run for Gilliam. Sorry about that. Looking at the RBIs, Davis had 2. Fairley had 2. A lot of people had RBIs. In fact, for the Dodgers, everybody but Roseboro had an RBI, and Camilli came in. So everybody on the Dodgers had an RBI except for Roseboro. And he still has none for the year. On the other side, for Baltimore, they just got 1 RBI, and that was it. They only got 5 hits. As you can take a look, the home runs, Davis, his 3rd in the 5th inning. There was nobody on. T. Davis, not Willie Davis, but W. Davis. He's a center fielder. He had his 1st of the year. Nobody on. It was a solo shot. And Murray Wills, he had his 1st. Nobody on, 1 out. And that was about it. Robinson into a double play. You can see left in scoring position, Willis, Howard twice. Moon and Davis. This thing could have gone a lot worse. Drabowski was terrible. Short was even worse. And Miller came in and not very good there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at all of the scores and the news and the standings, and that's it. So here we go with all of the scores. Oakland is 72. They win their first of the year, 5-1 over Boston is 67. They are winless. The Pirates in 1960, 11-1. They look really good. Rocky Nelson, player of the game there. 11-1, they win there. Chicago holds on against the 86 Mets. They're 2-1. Ray Knight, the player of the game, even though he lost. Anthony Rizzo, player of the game. The Chicago Cubs get their first win of the year over the 98 Yankees. Are both 1-2. The Dodgers are now 2-1 over the 86 Astros. They're 2-1, and the Astros are 0-3. Player of the game is Dusty Baker right there. Washington 15-6 over Philadelphia. Rendon, the player of the game right there. Corbin, pretty good, 15-6 there. Toronto 8-5, and Udell Washington for Kansas City, the player of the game. 8-5 there, the win. Baltimore 1970, they go 2-1. They blow out the Brewers. St. Louis in 10 innings, all of the runs coming in the 10th inning, and St. Louis wins 3-2. How about that? Washburn with the win there. The Pirates get their first win as they beat the Cincinnati Reds 4-3. And Randy Tomlin, the starter, the player of the game, 4-3. The Pirates win. They have a chance to go 2-2. Next game, the Dodgers, they won. They're 3-0. That's the game we saw. The Colt 45s are 3-0. They beat the 79 Pirates twice, and they beat the 64 A's. And they haven't beat a team that hasn't won a game yet, but we'll have to see the later games. The Detroit Tigers, a 7-3 win over the Philadelphia Phillies. Tampa Bay, 11-4 over the winless Red Sox. Houston keeps Minnesota. Houston is undefeated. Minnesota hasn't won a game, 8-3. The Yankees is 61. They come back and they beat the Mets of 69, 10-7. That was a heck of a game. The Padres beat the Diamondbacks. The Padres are now 1-2. That was their first win of the year. The Cleveland Indians in 1995 get their first win of the year over the Blue Jays. The Pirates is 71. They hold on for a win against the Dodgers of 66. They're 2-1. Houston Astros of 1980 are 3-0. They win 10-3, a big win there. Kansas City of 85, 10-8 over the 90 Reds. That was a big win. That's a huge one. The Giants beat the Cubs 12-4, and showing the true colors of both those teams. And the Giants, 4 runs in the bottom of the first. They never look back. The Expos, 2-1 winners. They walk-off win at home against the 05 Astros. They're now 2-1. The Senators beat the Expos in 1981 with 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Montreal got 3 in the top of the 5th, and Washington Senators got 4 in the bottom of the 9th. Wow, that's incredible. The Detroit Tigers are undefeated still, 3-0. They beat the 73 Mets 4-3. The 79 Pirates get their first win. They were down 3-0, and they scored 4 in the last 3 innings, 6th, 7th, and 8th. They go ahead 4-3, and they win that game. They're now 1-2. Chicago Cubs of 03, they're 2-1. They beat the 77 Yankees, who are still winless. The 27 Yankees are undefeated. The Rangers had a chance, but the Yankees score in the extra innings, 7-6, they win. The Padres at 98, they're doing well. They're 2-1. They're 8-0 win there over the Athletics. And at 01 A's, a 5-0 win over the 88 Dodgers. And the 88 Dodgers, their first loss. Players of the day, Anthony Rizzo, 4 for 6, 2 home runs, 5 RBI. Felipe Alou for the 62 Giants, 4 for 5, a home run and a double and 4 RBI. And Anthony Rendon for Washington, 3 for 4, a home run, 2 RBIs. Taking a quick look at the standings, the Mike in the Truck League, you have Kansas City is first and Cincinnati second, tied with the Dodgers and the Pirates. The Bozeman League, 2017 Astros, they have a bigger lead, but that's a mess for second. The Ron Juckett League, the Tigers are 3-0, and the Expos and Dodgers are fighting it out. And the Bob Stokes League, very interesting league. These are some really good teams. The Colt 45s, 3 wins by 12 runs. And the 1980 Astros, 3 wins by 19 runs. My goodness, the Senators and the Phillies, they're good teams. These are good teams. The Brainiac Baseball, Tampa Bay and the Tigers are both 3-0. And the Padres and the Expos and the Athletics are 2-1. You might have to have 80 wins. You might have to go 80-20 in that league to get in the playoffs. Jabs Blabs, the Orioles are 2-1. Everybody else is under 500. The Al Red Sox fan league, you have the 62 Giants and the 27 Yankees fighting it out there. 27 Yankees, 3 games they win by a total of 9 runs. That's 3 runs apiece. So they're playing some close ones. The Sire 0329 league, the Dodgers are first, and you got everybody else almost tied for second. The Slovak and Frick League, you have the White Sox. Everybody really won except for the Twins and the Rangers. The Rangers almost won. They blew that game. But the White Sox are 2-1, and everybody else is fighting for second. And the Pirates had a huge win there. And the Principals picks, you have 4 teams at 2-1. The Pirates, the Reds, the Marlins, and the Cubs lost today, but the Indians won. And the 73 Mets lost today. Everybody plays the same thing tomorrow. And as we take a look basically in the news, so Denny Walling, very good for the Astros. Denny Walling, he was 5 for 5, and that was good. Kurt Flood hits his 1,500th hit, and Kurt Flood for the 68 Cardinals. And the power rankings are this. Here are the power rankings. The 2 Tigers teams are 1 and 2. The Colt 45s are 3rd. Look at this. I know it's early. Houston Astros is 17 5th. The 80 Astros are 4th. This is early. It only goes off wins and losses and who you beat and everybody else. But there you see everybody else. The worst teams right now, the Rangers are 60. The Giants are 59. The Phillies are 58. How about the 77 Yankees are 57? One behind the 65 Twins. So that's going to be it for us today. Watch. And, yeah, the 84 Tigers are in there. Watch. Go to Facebook in about 10 minutes, and you'll see all the line scores for today, plus all the stats and statistics. Really quickly, we're going to end up by showing you the statistical leaders. Barry Larkin hitting 703 games. 3 home runs for Johnny Blanchard, Davis for L.A., and Andre Dawson. Foster, George Foster, Motley, and Petrocelli. Frank Robinson with 9 RBIs. And for Baltimore, 1970. And then Allen with 8 for the Senators. Juan Soto leading there. There you see the different ones. You could always take a look and then pause it. The pitching leaders, it doesn't really come into effect until about 20 games in, when everybody has about 4 starts. I mean, Doyle Alexander for Texas is 77, has no ERA, but, you know, they haven't won a game. They're 0-3. And taking a look, that's Kevin Apier. Everybody is just starting there. Fielding leaders, the only thing you look at is Clete Boyer for 61. He has 3 errors. Tony Kubek has 3 errors. That's going to hurt the Yankees there. Tim Wallach has 3 errors. And you take a look there, fielding percentage is a very big one. But again, it takes a long while for that. Okay, that's it for us today. Catch all of the stats in the Facebook page. Have a great day, everybody. Great to see everybody, and we will see you later. Have a good day.